All right, folks. Now, look at what our country's turned into now. A operations base for criminal offshore banks to export tyranny worldwide and enslave us here at home, with government COINTELPRO saying that if you don't want socialist health care, you're a racist. That's COINTELPRO. Playing that against people, creating racial division, infiltrating groups, trying to radicalize them, trying to get people to commit acts of violence so they can put them in prison. Openly saying they want to restrict our free speech that our forefathers fought and died for. This is outrageous. We, the patriots, the constitutionalists, we're the good guys. We're trying to save the republic. And anybody that stands against that, and anybody that calls for abolishing the Bill of Rights, which they're doing right now, is a treasonous, traitorous, larcenous enemy of humanity. Period. Period. Now, here is Steve Voss and his rendition of the Star Spangled Banner, now that you know what it really stands for. And that's why, with COINTELPRO, they've demonized our country's history so they could replace it with the New World Order. That's why they hate our founders. Here it is.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's glass gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets spread clear, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that Star Spangled Banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, say, does that Star Spangled Banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The globalists don't teach in schools or anywhere else why the Star Spangled Banner is so important. What we saw, the type of valiant activity at the Alamo, was the tail end of the true flower of our republic, but it can bloom again. And I want you guys to cue it up to the front of that video, the start of the video we played with the George Washington quote. I want to read that here on air for people to understand what the costs are and where we came from and what we are, and our responsibility to turn this around and to fix it. I have FEMA on video calling George Washington an evil terrorist. This is an alien, evil group of corrupt people that hate our country, that are in control of this nation. And it's our right and our responsibility as the Declaration of Independent States to stand against them and to speak out against them and to expose them for the illegitimate criminals they are. They're doing everything they can to demonize the American people right now, to demonize true Americanism, true freedom, but it's not going to work. It's not going to happen. The spirit of freedom is rising. Did you guys find that George Washington quote? I want to put it up on screen for people, and I want to read it here on air before we go to break. Because George Washington boiled it all down. Why this nation was able to be founded, why we were able to persevere. And so I say to everybody out there, if you didn't know why the Star Spangled Banner is so special, that's another example of how you've been robbed of your true history and who you really are. And it's in rediscovering who we really are that we can defeat this new world order. And that's the bottom line, ladies and gentlemen. The thing that sets the American Christian apart from all other people in the world is he will die on his feet before he will live on his knees. George Washington. Again, the thing that sets the American Christian apart from all other people in the world is that he will die on his feet before he will live on his knees. And that's what you saw from the true story of the Star Spangled Banner. We'll be right back. Stay with us.